Hello and welcome to another video in my Web API.NET Basics series. So we are picking up, well, as always, follow me on GitHub, website, and email. And so we are picking up from where we stopped last time. So in the previous video, I was able to go ahead and get this simple web app running. So what it was able to do is it would go ahead and collect an input. Okay, and then it would call the web API, right? And then it would add the two numbers, and I'm able to collect the response as well. Now what is happening is, as of now, the point where we have reached is we are simply getting a message that says that, hey, what happened? Sorry, continue. Yeah, so we are reaching a point where it says here is the calculation result, but it's not showing the actual result. So that is what we are trying to do in this specific video. So as always, I want to go ahead and try to show this in the response. Now what I want to do is I go ahead. Now normally, if you're just going to do like a get operation or something, you can usually just return the response to the view and that will be the end of it. But we can't just return a response, because if we return a response, it's going to go back to the, what, let me remove this breakpoint. I think that's not really helping anymore. Yeah, okay. So if I return a response, it's going to go back to this one. That's not very useful. So we have to navigate to another view and pass the data to that view, and that view is supposed to show the result. Now there are several ways of doing this, and the method that I am trying to do is where I simply go ahead and kind of pass it as like a view object or something, right? That is what we are going to do. So let's do that here. So I have this one here, Azure blob. I have my example project, so I'm going to use that one, right? So let's go here, and I have my controllers, and I have my home controller, and what I want to do is I want to go ahead. I remember there was this thing like where you can pass it as, there it is. So this is a technique that I learned previously. So what is happening is, so we essentially go ahead and create a temp data kind of situation. Okay, so what I will do here is, so I will go ahead and create hold on, I am going to right, yeah, this is the one. So you see this one. So once, what I do is I go ahead and create what is called as a temp data and pass a string to the temp data, and then in my target page where I'm trying to show this value, I simply recover that temp data, deserialize it, and send it back to the view. It's kind of a roundabout way of doing it. You don't have to work so hard. Like, let's say if you're using React.js or something, like I have worked on React.js a little bit. Eventually some of these videos will start using React.js, but for now, this is the roundabout way of doing things. So let's use this as an example and let's get this done, right? So, okay, so let's go ahead and give this one a try. So I'm gonna come back to my project here. I have my Razor web app. So where is my response? My response is in string result. So I have that response there. Now what I want to do here is, so I am going to go ahead and say if, and here I want to go ahead and create the temp data. So I already have my object in a string situation, so I don't have to convert it, so what I'll do here is I'm gonna go ahead, and it's already a string, isn't it? We are already reading it as a string. Yeah, there you go. So all I have to do is I'm going to go ahead and say temp data, right? And then I'm going to call this one, let's say calculate result. Okay, just give whatever name you want and assign the string to that. So right, so now it gets stored into the temp data, and then I simply go ahead and redirect myself to the target place, right? I'm just going to go ahead and say here. Okay, And here what I'll do is I'll simply return this one. So this one, I don't want to do it like this. So here I'm going to remove this, and here I'm going to say return, and I'm going to say view, and oh, hold on. Wait a second. And here I have to say if, I got to do if here. If result dot, oh, no, it's fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and just redirect anyway. So I'm not going to have a second return here. So I'll simply assume that that will just redirect to the calculate result. So there we go. Calculate result. I don't want to use same names here. So I'm just going to call this one calculate result string. I think that is far better. So I'm sending this to the calculate result view, which is here. Now I need to unpack it. So if I go here, what I'm going to do is I need the DTO though. So I have my response DTO, right? And I am going to say var response DTO is equal to new response DTO, because this is how it's going to get unpacked. So I'm going to have that ready, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to check if that temp data is available. So I'm going to say if temp data is a string, right? And we need to use the exact title, because you could have other temp data. So this is like an identifier, like a dictionary thing, and you want to go ahead and say if it is. So what you're going to do is you're going to say var response is equal to, you want to say JSON convert dot deserialize object. Yeah, there you go. That's the AI is typing it for me. That's good for me. And now all I have to do is I have the response DTO as a response DTO. So this is what we are looking for. And what I want to do is, hold on, I just want the response DTO. I don't want anything else. So I'm simply going to send the response to the view. Why is there a red line? Calculate result view. Okay. And we want to go to our calculate here, and here I want to say at model, and I want to say response DTO. I want to say response DTO. Okay, and I'm gonna wait for that. Why is that not coming? Like, there you go. Yeah, can you wait for this logo thing to come? Oh, there you go. Okay, now calculator controller, and I action result, turn view response. Oh, right. I think this is going to be not var, it's going to be response DTO, and I'm going to return that in the view. Okay. Ooh, stuff. This is stuff. This is the stuff. Okay, all right. Let's see if this works. This kind of thing works. Let's go for it. Okay. So as always, these things can get crazy. All right. Let's build this. I know it works. Okay, but anything can go wrong with programming, especially when I'm building front end. Especially me. Here we go. Let's see what happens. We get error, we'll try to fix it. These videos are being recorded raw. If I make a mistake, I don't mind it. If it makes me look bad, so be it. Okay, because if I can make mistakes, so can you. It's fine to make mistakes, and we'll try to fix it. Now that's the whole point of programming then. So there we go. Cool. This part is fine. Yeah. That's the API being called. Very nice. Okay, good. Temp data, right? Okay, it's getting stored. So far so good. Continue. Redirect to action. Very nice. Thank you very much. Okay. String S. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Response DTO. Yes. Okay. All right. It is coming. And continue and calculation result. Oh my god, I am really happy with this. So let's go ahead and put the finishing touches for this. So I'm going to go here, calculate result, and here I'm going to say paragraph. Okay, we have three things, so let's have three paragraphs. Okay, and here I'm going to say at model dot result, and then here I'm going to say at model dot message, and here I'm going to say at model dot success. Okay, so let's give it a try. So here we go. Continue. Good. 10, 20, 10, add, continue, continue. Where is my Chrome thing? Continue. Yes, here is the calculation result. You can see here the answer is 30. Addition operation was successful, and it is true. So there it is. That seems to work just fine. Okay. So that takes care of the add thing. So we still need to do stuff for the subtraction and multiplication and all that. So now, if you really want to, we could probably put like a check mark and make it really advanced. Now, I'm not really an advanced UI developer, so I'm just going to replicate this UI for the remaining three scenarios and just roll with it. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to the view. I have the view for the calculator, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this one is doing for addition, correct? And I wonder if I can simply copy paste this for all the other options. So let me try that. This is not the best way to build a UI. I'm sure there are better ways of doing this, but